Today on Hebrews Toy Reviews, we will be talking about Superpowers Superman and the relaunch of DC Superpowers in its history.
Hebrew77 here, and welcome to a brand new YouTube channel. This is Hebrews Toy Reviews. But this is the 1983 Jump Jetpack. I just broke his crotch. What do you think about her? I was playing tennis with Superman.
These are games. This is the owner, Daniel.
Hello and welcome to Hebrews Toy Reviews. Today we'll be talking about DC Superpowers Superman, but first a brief history of DC Superpowers. As the 1980s began, the long-running DC license Mego had followed the rights to make DC-based superheroes based off of the comic books at the time, which introduced us to Superpowers. DC Superpowers to be exact, and such iconic superheroes as Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, and the rest, as well as villains like Lex Luthor, Doom, Darkseid, and other supervillains as well. Forward to 2022, a relaunch has been issued for DC Superpowers, and some of the figures are out, and I will be talking about one of those figures. Today we take a look at DC Superpowers Superman. So with no further ado, let's get on with the review. This is DC Superpowers Superman, and it is new for 2022. This is a relaunch of that very same Superman. You can see it has the very similar artwork here, which is very cool. And then, of course, you have Superman, which doesn't look much less like the original DC Superpowers Superman. And, of course, newly added here at the bottom, of course, is McFarlane's Toys stamp on the box. But other than that, it really pretty much looks very much the same. Now, this says 12 plus. I don't know if that was the case back then. I think it was 3 plus or 4 plus or whatever. As you look on the back, there is artwork of all the other figures that came in this this wave of figures, which Superman, Darkseid, and Batman, and we will be talking about Darkseid next week on another toy review. And of course, 2 vehicles, the Batwing and Supermobile. And this even comes with a bio, and I will read that bio now. Superman, the Man of Steel, sent to Earth from the dying planet of Krypton as a baby, Kal was found by farmers Martha and Jonathan Kent and raised as their son Clark. As Clark grew up, the radiation from the Earth's yellow sun gave him extraordinary powers, which he kept hidden. Now fully grown, he uses his powers to protect his adopted world as Superman. The Man of Steel is virtually invulnerable and has the powers of super strength, super speed, and flight. He also has enhanced senses, including heat vision, X-ray vision, super hearing, and super breath. A lot of times these superpowers, these DC Superpowers action figures came with action features. Now, I don't know that if that's the case with this Superman, as I do not think I'm going to take him out of the package, although I might, because there is plenty of him. Now, it seems like if he came with some kind of gimmick of some kind, that they would have instructions on the back as to how the gimmick works. So, but nonetheless is the case. let's take a look at what Superman looks like outside the package. Well, there he is outside of the package, and when I took him out, I've already damaged the cape. There is a small hole in it. Now this is supposed to be cloth, some kind of material cloth. However, this feels more like a mixture of plastic plus cloth, and it got damaged when I pulled one of those little tabs that was on the back. I just yanked it right out of there. So I'm going to have to actually buy 2 more of him. One to keep in the package, one to replace the cape. And of course there's, you know, him of course. And it doesn't seem like he has any kind of super action, so to speak. His arms move up and down, and of course around in a circle. That's pretty much it. Both hands are in the form of a fist, I think much like the original. I like the red boots here. His knees do bend. Let's see. Hold on. Yes, they do. I fully expected him to be able to do something though, but nope, no gimmicks here. And like I said, I ripped the cape. Well, I didn't rip it, but I left a little tiny hole there at the bottom. And I will be replacing this with 2 other Supermen as soon as I collect a couple more figures. Now, the cape is removable because it did detach itself from the package. And a lot of these, if you go on eBay and look at the original Superman, the DC Superpowers Superman, you will see a lot of them without the cape. And if you do find them complete with the cape, the originals I'm talking about, the cape will be torn up. Now, like I said, I'm kind of disappointed this isn't actually material, but it's more like a, I don't know, satin cloth, I guess you would call that. I appreciate the S on the back, and I appreciate the way it goes on. But my complaint is that while it is kind of clothy like material, it's almost like a papery type of material as well. And I don't know what the original material was made out of. I'm assuming it was made of cloth. This is not cloth, and that's very disappointing to me. However, the figure does highly resemble the original figure, and I seem to remember owning one of these as a small boy. I don't know, but material of the cape actually kind of reminds me of the Batman versus Superman kind of clothy material, paper sort of cloth type material. It's hard to explain. I do not have the original to do a side-by-side comparison. However, I will show you a picture of what the original looked like compared to what you see here. Let's do a side-by-side of that. Now that you've seen a side-by-side comparison, let's take a look at the figure at hand. We're here in 2022. It's just a plain looking Superman figure. You know, he's got the cape and the blue suit and the red tight, you know, underwear over his blue tights and whatnot. And you got the belt, the yellow belt with 2 red looking dots there in the front. And the back is yellow all the way around. And yeah, he's just a regular Superman figure. Now, if you go on eBay and try to get these original figures, you're looking at a couple $100 for him, and a Clark Kent figure. I think is double that of what's in the package. I think I looked at these figures still in the package, like $1,000, something to that effect. But we all know how eBay is just, it over exaggerates everything and everyone gets ripped off. So anyway, that's really pretty much all I have to say about the figure. He's pretty neat, pretty retro, pretty plain, and middle tier, I would have to say. If you're going to collect these figures, I suggest getting one that's in the package and one to keep out of the package for display purposes. And when you're opening and taking these figures out of the package, I would be very careful to use scissors to cut that little plastic deal so you don't rip his cape. But other than that, that pretty much does it for this review. Well, that concludes this review. Now, the DC Superpowers originally, when launched, came with a mini comic books, which Masters Universe would take that idea and run with it following a couple years later. Next week, we will be talking about Darkseid, or Darkseid as some people call, but I call him Darkseid because that's the way his name is on the package. But until then, just remember, knowing isn't just half the battle, it's the whole damn war. Thanks for watching.
Coming from the farthest reaches of the universe to challenge the worst villains on Earth are the most powerful heroes ever in the Battle of the Superpowers Collection. What's this? The dam's about to blow and take Robin with it? Who'll stop the Joker and Luthor?
Aquaman!
Kenner's new Superpowers Collection. Figures with power action, each sold separately with its own mini-comic.
Aquaman's down!
Who can help now? A power ring, a power action punch.
Defuse the bomb!
Can this madness be stopped in time? You decide.